How come you're getting back in there? Not that I thought you were inactive, but it's been a little while, right?
Why am I getting back in there?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even know. The sport's so violent. I think I'm going to just start dancing.
I guess the better question is, how come you've been away for a while?
Well, actually, I've been training Rampage for 2 camps. I haven't really had time to focus on, me fighting. I had to go to the UK with him for the Vanderlei camp and then for the Keith Jardine camp. So I've been away for a while. So I've come out of 2 camps. I've been training. It's not fun sparring Rampage, but definitely get your mindset ready to fight anybody else.
And not to get too personal, but you make enough bucks working training camps that you can put aside fights?
I could put aside fights, but I also have, other businesses.
Yeah. What's some of the other stuff you're into?
I own a gym in Huntington Beach.
And how's that doing?
It's a training center. It's doing good. I opened it in 2001, so we've been going for 8 years.
Yeah. What's it like now with the gym as opposed to early on? I know all businesses, obviously there's going to be a slow build, but especially with the fact that you're out there more, the sport has grown, people know your name. Does that help?
Oh, it helps a lot. The economy has kind of slowed us down, but, ever since the UFC got on spike and everybody and their mom wants to be an Ultimate Fighter now and everybody knows the sport and everybody wants to tell you, how to do it, you get a lot more fans coming in. You get a lot more people interested in signing up and trying it out. So that definitely helps the business. But that is the main source of income is the gym.
Right.
So, and it makes it easy to stay in the gym and train.
Totally. It's right in front of you. What is it like now? I would assume your profile is a lot higher than it used to be. Not that it was dead in the past, but what's it like out there with all the opportunities and then trying to stay disciplined?
You know what? I'm used to it. I've been used to it, and I don't let it, I don't let it get to me. A lot of people, like to jump on the bandwagon, and a lot of these other younger fighters, I see them get caught up in the partying. I think I know, I know when enough is enough.
Yeah.
So I can go out, hang out, party with everybody, and then, I'll take off before the bars even close.
Before it gets too crazy. You actually have restraint. We have seen that.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to reference where I saw some restraint. Was this real, this blind date thing a while back?
That was 100% real.
Yeah. So tell people what happened. They set you up with some Hooters chick. She's hot, but she's clearly a complete idiot. How early on do you realize she's a moron? And then from the TV side, aren't the people there like, dude, what are you doing? You got to play it up more.
Well, I realized very quickly she was an idiot. And I was looking at her going, yeah. And I'm sure everybody was going, dude, come on, at least bone her. But she was just way too stupid and young. And then that comes, you don't want to mess with that. You don't know what she has. She went on to say how she's like, she's been with 8 dudes in the past week. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I think I made a good choice. I think I dodged a fucking atom bomb on that one.
A trip to the clinic and lots of ointment?
Mm-hmm.
Shots and such?
So I was just like, you know what? And I mean, she's all right. Maybe to everyone else, it's like she's hot, but she's like a 6.
Which, you know what, to everyone else,
on my scale?
Yeah, like me, the fat schlubby guys who do radio, she looked pretty hot. But she was an idiot. But it does prove the point, though, like you said, for you guys, because the women gravitate to the whole MMA thing, and you guys are stars when you go out and hang out at these clubs and bars. Like, these kind of morons are a dime a dozen.
Exactly. But, I mean, in the women department, I haven't, had trouble.
Right.
I'm not bragging or anything, but, even prior to fighting. But, I mean, I guess they like the macho-ness, they like the bravado and all that stuff that comes along with it, and they like the way, you come off. So I can see why girls are attracted to it.
So
even more.
How much as an MMA fighter do you have to mind yourself on that? Because we talked about the partying, and I'm certainly not anti-woman at all. But you guys have the opportunities. I mean, it can really screw you up, can it? Because with the training life, you can't be jerking around too much.
Well, you know what? Like people say, oh, you're supposed to go a month without sex. Everybody has these different theories.
Yeah.
To me, I think it's the old wives' tale of having to go out and get it. Go out on the chase,
Uh-huh.
Take the girl out or go to the bar, get our drinks, hang out, and all that time you should be at home resting your body, getting ready for the next training day.
Right.
So,
and you know what?
Who's to say you can't jack off or call somebody over?
I know this from covering a lot of the guys in Vegas, especially the young guys. I don't think this is the greatest place to come if you're looking, as John Copenhaver said, to what was the term he used? I think it was terrorize women, something like that. This is a bad place, especially since it's 24 hours, and you got to be careful.
No, for sure. You can get caught up. You get caught slipping, and I've had my fair share of that.
How many times do you encounter fighters where you're like, dude, you got to freaking calm down because you're killing yourself? I know we all want to get laid, but
oh, my friends, I'll tell them left and right, but anybody else will be like, oh yeah, no, you're fine, keep going.
Oh yeah, there's a
Let
team.
them learn their own way.
There's a team player, right? Good wingman.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, a good wingman will tell you, you know what, cut it out.
Yeah, they're like, hey, check it out. I'm not jumping on this grenade.
We're talking to Tiki. A couple other things MMA-wise. Let's get into Quentin, first of all. How did you meet Quentin? How long do you know him for?
Shit, I've known Quentin ever since I opened my gym.
Yeah.
2001. Quentin used to actually walk to my gym. He didn't even have a car.
Nice. Well, as we know in Japan, he was a homeless guy.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, of course. That for people who are new to MMA, they portrayed the guy as a homeless guy. Now, are you telling me that at some point he was homeless?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't homeless.
Yeah,
well, actually, at some point he was homeless. He'll tell you. But that was actually after I met him. But he used to walk to the gym. But I think that's awesome to see someone like that has come so far.
How much has he changed over the years? I mean, even like the last year and a half, it must be massive, no?
No, you want to know what's funny is Quentin, through all this, has never, ever, ever changed the way he is. He's been the same guy, and
right.
I always tell him that. And anybody who knows him knows that.
Definitely changed a little bit in terms of the way he kind of operates his life, though, right? In terms of discipline.
Yeah, but that's like everybody. But
well, it's not. But that's not true, though. That isn't everybody. Some people are screw ups, and until they're 50, and a lot of fighters. You have guys out there who have ability. They kind of never go through that maturation process.
Right. Personality-wise, he hasn't changed a bit.
Yeah.
As far as his life goals and the things he wants to accomplish, yeah, he's overcome huge obstacles.
So explain to me what was going on for however long he was with Juanito. Was this just a complete mess? That's one of those situations. We were talking about chicks where you're giving advice to guys. Was there any point, clearly the guy was not out for Quentin's best interest. He was out for his own best interest. Was there a point where you told him, or was you just not listening, or no one saw it?
No, you know what? When it comes into situations such as that, where two people are really tight, and if you go in there and you're trying to be the guy to say, hey, listen, I don't think this guy's good or this and that, then next thing you know, it's like you shoot the messenger. So I kind of just stayed away from it.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be around it so much. And, I went to the first camp, and then after that I was like, you know what, I think I'm just going to sit the next ones out because this one's a little bit, it was just getting weird. So I didn't decide to tell him. I just let things play out for themselves, and everything worked out the way it should have.
So what's his deal now from what you know in the fight world with Juanito? I would assume that he's kind of persona non grata. Is he training anybody, or has the message
You know what?
spread?
I haven't even heard anything about him.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard too, that he pretty much outed himself. And as you said, maybe it worked out the way it should. Because you know what? The guy moved over from boxing. I don't know anyone who trains with the guy for boxing. And MMA-wise, he's kind of on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I think, after a while, the truth always comes out.
Yep.
So I think it did in its own way and the way it should have. And, it was Quentin who ultimately made, his decision and the final decision. So.
Right. We appreciate all the time. Good luck. And we'll see you next time we're around Quentin. And hopefully you guys aren't hitting each other or anyone else on the balls, please.
I'm hitting you in the nuts next time I see you.
Do not do that.